This next match is scheduled for one fall. Making his way first to the ring, weighing in at 350 pounds, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, Johnny the Muscle!
Out of all the men in the locker room, every single one of them, nobody is as cold-blooded or as mean as this guy right here.
It's safe to say that there are a lot of men in the back there that fear a guy like Johnny the Muscle.
Fear's a good word. So's intimidate. So's... Nope, actually I think that's all I have, Image, I'm sorry.
How about respect, TJ?
Through fear, yes. Hands down.
And his opponent, from Mexico City, Mexico, weighing in at 250 pounds, Julio Guadalupe!
And the crowd going crazy for the Guadalupes. Whether it's one or both of them, they always go crazy.
Always a crowd pleaser, always a fun time. Julio Guadalupe, not one of those guys afraid of Johnny the Muscle. This is a rematch here from last month. Johnny the Muscle did a little bit of damage to Julio Guadalupe's ribs.
Let's hope they're fully healed. As always, showing massive respect.
Julio Guadalupe chomping at the bit for another shot at the big man. Say what you will about the Guadalupes, they will not back down from a fight.
They never back down from a fight, actually. I don't think I've ever seen them.
Once again, this promises to be an explosive match. These two big men lock up for the first time.
Johnny the Muscle keeping to his namesake. Muscles Julio over.
Julio Guadalupe getting himself free. Johnny the Muscle not impressed, though.
I don't know, it's not an easy thing.
This time, Julio Guadalupe getting around. Standing waist lock. Johnny the Muscle powering out of it. Almost a behind the back arm drag. You know, you would think looking at a guy like Johnny the Muscle, he'd be all brute. But no, he's an accomplished wrestler and a grappler at that.
You never know what this man's going to pull out of his bag of tricks. But there are just some things that work too well to keep them in there.
Thundering hammer blow. And a big headbutt from the big man brings Julio Guadalupe back down to the mat.
I think I saw Julio's eyes cross with that one.
Be surprised if he wasn't missing a few teeth.
Or, you know, most of his frontal lobe.
Julio, though, still itching for a fight. Still stepping straight up to the big man.
They're going for a brawl now.
I think getting into a striking match between the two of them, I gotta say, Johnny the Muscle might just have the advantage.
Very hard to stand toe-to-toe against a guy like Johnny the Muscle.
Scoop slam with authority.
Now see, if I were in Julio's shoes, I'd use that fly to my feet, lightweight, to just outdance Johnny the Muscle.
To be fair, TJ, I think if you were in Julio's shoes, you would have been knocked out the first time Johnny the Muscle swung at you.
To be fair, if I was in Julio's shoes, I wouldn't be doing this.
Well, then why would you have wrestling boots on?
I don't. Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm sorry, Image. Johnny the Muscle just going straight to those
TJ.
ribs. I'm so sorry, Image. Randy Eller's starting to count him out.
Julio on the outside. Once again showing the effects of that attack on the ribs.
Well, with that never say die attitude, he's rolling right back in there.
Well, you know, sometimes it's all well and good to have that attitude and to have that tenacity, but sometimes you just got to say it might be a better idea to walk away.
You can never walk away from a good fight, Image.
When you're in a ring, when you're putting your body on the line, it makes no sense to risk the rest of your career on just a little bit of pride.
Depends on who you ask, Image. Pride goes a long way.
Absolutely, and the Guadalupe is definitely willing to make that risk. Once again, the two big men lock up. And a single leg takedown rolls through into a headlock. Once again, Johnny the Muscle will surprise you on the ability he has in that ring.
Admittedly, I am surprised. I've never seen a guy that size move like that. Not unless there was a buffet.
Only in Enigma Pro Wrestling.
Please don't tell him I said that. I actually want to make it out of here.
Hopefully he doesn't watch the show.
One can only hope. Tie up again. And Julio bringing him down and giving him a taste of his own medicine.
And an ankle lock here, it seems like. Johnny the Muscle makes it to the ropes. Clean break by Julio. Johnny the Muscle seems a little bit confused here.
What, that something like that could work?
I don't think he was expecting this kind of offense from Julio.
Like I said, with Julio's speed, this should be no contest.
Julio now striking on the big man, throwing a furious flurry of lefts and rights, but
a well-placed elbow and a kick in the butt, and Julio sent sprawling.
Julio out to the outside again. I think his pride might be a little bit more hurt than his body this time around. Once again, lacing up his boots. Apparently, his boot came untied.
Safety measures first. Good thing Randy Eller there is to check on him and count him out. Halfway done.
Julio gingerly getting back into the ring. And he seems once again ready to fight.
Uh-oh. Hey, do you think Johnny the Muscle untied his shoe on purpose?
Seems like an odd strategy, if he did.
Reversal from Julio. He's laying into the big man's back. Muscle's not having any of it, though.
Big shoulder press. And a standing big boot in the corner. Julio might just be unconscious. TJ, I think that might be it. No!
And a kick out from Julio. Once again, it's that do-or-die attitude.
That had to be instinct, TJ, because Julio was out on his feet.
No, he was out on the ground. Falling
Well, he was
from
out
his
on
feet.
his feet, and then he was out on the ground.
Yeah, that works.
Maybe the fall woke him up.
Semantics, that'll help.
Johnny the Muscle whips Julio into the ropes.
With a sleeper hold.
Catches him with a sleeper.
And Julio's trying to break out.
And whips Johnny the Muscle into the top turnbuckle. I don't even know if that was on purpose. He might have just gotten lucky.
On purpose or lucky, it still worked out in his favor.
He's there to capitalize on it. Julio Guadalupe looking to build up a head full of steam. Big avalanche splash in the corner. And a running bulldog, but seemed like Johnny the Muscle was out on his feet already, dropped to his knees. But again with a kick out. These two big men seem capable of raising themselves from the dead.
Almost. Can you imagine the power behind each of those hits? I mean,
Big forearm to the back.
if they're big enough to drop even just Julio, it is insanely powerful. It has to be.
A lesser man would be crushed. Randy Eller warning off Johnny the Muscle. Pulling Julio Guadalupe back up to his feet. And once again, going for that sleeper hold.
You gotta love it when you get a taste of the old school in here.
I don't think I've ever seen, and a jawbreaker. Before tonight, I don't think I've ever seen Johnny the Muscle use a submission hold before.
I don't think I've ever seen Julio use a jawbreaker before.
It's almost as if he's thrown everything else he had in his arsenal.
But the kitchen sink.
And so he goes to the old sleeper hold. But Julio keeps finding a way to get out of it. Another big scoop slam coming up, it seems. All the way up and all the way down. And a standing drop kick from a guy the size of Johnny the Muscle. I felt the impact over here.
As did I. And a 2 count, Julio kicks out.
These two big men are throwing everything they've got at each other.
Wow, I did not expect Johnny the Muscle to fly that far.
You can see the frustration on his face. What does he have to do to put away the fighting spirit of Julio Guadalupe? Johnny the Muscle just seems lost. Doesn't know what to do.
Nope, looks like he's figured it out. Simple shake of the head, and here comes the pain.
That vicious streak, that sadistic streak. A Katahaja main.
A what?
The Katahaja main.
Is that even legal in the States?
This is a hold that's banned in most martial arts because of its severity.
Julio asking for the crowd. When in doubt, always pull in the other man in the room.
This is a vicious, almost a rear naked choke. Now it seems modified back into a sleeper. Randy Eller checking on Julio.
There's
but he
two.
seems like he's out. If this arm drops, ladies and gentlemen, it is over.
Winner of the match,
Johnny the Muscle finally found
Johnny the Muscle.
the winning combination. And Julio Guadalupe is passed out right there in the ring.
You know, I wondered why Johnny the Muscle is going back to those sleeper holds. And it explains it. He had this whole match planned out from bell to bell. That was his goal.
You think his plan was to put Julio Guadalupe to sleep here in the middle of the ring?
I really do.
Well, if it was, he accomplished his goal. Johnny the Muscle with an impressive showing, even more impressive than we've seen him in past weeks. Julio Guadalupe still just now regaining consciousness.
Can you imagine how tight that hold would have had to have been to drop someone like